Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies House of Vidcast, and today we will be recapping the Phillies' 6-2 victory over the Cincinnati Reds as they take the second game of the series. It was a 6:40 start. Bryce Harper singles to drive in his 100th run of the season, and Scott Kingery also homered in this one, so there's a lot to talk about as the Phillies finally get 7 games over 500 for first time in a very long time. So a very nice win in this one for the Phillies, as hopefully this is some momentum for them as I said, they take the second game. So let's take a look at the scoring summary in this one. Aquino singles to left. Van Meter comes around to score. It's now 1-0 Cincinnati. Aquino has totally killed us in the series, and he continues to do so as he RBI single. Then Remuta had a sacrifice fly to right field. Hazley scored, and a ball game is tied at 1. Then Hernandez singled to right. Segura came around to score. It's now 2-1 Phillies. Then Harper singled to right. Dickerson scored, and that was Harper's 100th RBI of the season. Second straight season he has driven in 100 runs, and that now gives the Phillies a 3-1 lead. Then Rhys Hoskins hits a sacrifice fly to right field. Remuto scores. It's now 4-1. Then Baldonito hits a sacrifice fly to center field. Casley scores. It's now 4-2. Then Kingery homers to right. The second game in a row in Cincinnati, he is homered to right field. And that's the 17th home run of the season. It's now 5-2 Phillies. Then Dickerson doubled to right. Hazley scored. It's now 6-2 Phillies. And the Phillies would go on to rimba that score 6-2. Very nice offensive game. We did miss some opportunities. We had runners at first and third, and Bryce Harper struck out. That was later in the game, but obviously understand we still won that game. You got to get those runs. You got to get those guys in. We did play, fundamentally sound. We did, JT Muto hit a sacrifice fly. How often do I say that? JT playing some fundamental baseball in this one, so that really makes me happy. So hopefully he can build off of that. His 235, whatever it is, batting average with or runners in scoring position, something that he needs to improve on. Corey Dickerson went 2 for 4 of 1 run scored, 1 RBI, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. JT Realmuto 2 for 3, 1 run scored, 1 RBI, 1 walk. Bryce Harper went 1 for 5, 1 RBI, 2 strikeouts. Rhys Hoskins went 0 for 3, 1 RBI, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Brad Miller went 0 for 1. Gene Segura, obviously his grandmother passed away in Dominican Republic, and he went back to the Dominican Republic. I forgot to talk about that. He went back to the Dominican Republic to go to her funeral, and now he pinch hit for Brad Miller, and he went 1 for 4 with 1 RBI. He scored a run and struck out. Hernandez went 1 for 4, 1 RBI. Kingery went 1 for 3, 1 run scored, 1 RBI, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Adam Hazley went 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, 1 walk, 1 strike. He doubled off the wall. It was a nice line drive. Logan Morrison went 0 for 1 in this one. Jay Bruce went 0 for 1 in this one. And Sean Rodriguez also went 0 for 1. So let's take a look at the pitching in this one. Vince Velasquez couldn't really go deep in this one. 3 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. When it rains, it pours for Vince, and he wasn't very good with his command and his pitching. His pitches were just jacking way up there. The pitch count was really getting high, and Kapler decided to pull him. Vincent went 1 inning, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Suarez went 1 inning, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. Warren 1 inning, 1 strikeout. Alvarez an inning, 1 strikeout. Parker an inning, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout. Neris an inning and 3 strikeouts. He struck out the side to end the baseball game. And that's your final score. 6-2 Phillies. And take a second game. They go for 6:40 tonight, the first pitch. Very nice game. Very nice. Bryce Harper getting his 100th RBI of the season. Very, very nice to see. And they had a stat I saw last night. It was talking about the money compared with the WAR. I forget the stat. It's like money WAR. And they compared it. So Bryce Harper's his AAV is $25 million, and according to the money WAR, he's supposed to be getting paid $29.4 million. So according to WAR, he's outliving his contract. So listen, I talked about it before, but I don't really like WAR. I don't think it's the best stat in the world, but it's definitely something to take notice of, and I like that. So according to WAR, he is outliving his contract. So you can't read too much into it. Like I said, you can't read too much into it, but it certainly is nice to see. It certainly is nice to see him doing what he's doing this year. And he's had a great season. 30-plus home runs. He's on track for 36. He already has 100 RBIs. And guys, they were only on our, September the 4th, right? I mean, we still had a month left, almost a month left, a little less than a month left of game time. And who knows if we're going to make the postseason at this point? You don't know. And we're 7 games over 500, but just because you're 7 games over doesn't mean you're going to make the playoffs. You have to fit in that wild card slot, and we'll see what happens. But we got to do it. But Harper's not the problem, and if he is the problem, which he isn't, then he should be like one of our least problems. And as we said right now, we are 2.5 out of a wild card spot over the Chicago Cubs. The Chicago Cubs have won 2 straight. Right now they're playing the Seattle Mariners, and the Diamondbacks are a game back from where we are. So, and obviously the Mets blew a 10-4 lead last night against the Washington Nationals. Man, their bullpen, man. Oof. Paul Sewald, Edwin Diaz. Ouch. Mickey Callaway is such a clown. Mickey Clownaway, as I like to call him. Man, that organization over there. You think this is bad here in Philly? Well, go look at the Mets, man. They are so bad. They are so bad. Their management, their coaching staff, Mickey Callaway, Van Wagenen, and their bullpen. I mean, Diaz. I mean, he was the best closer in baseball. One of the best closers in baseball last year with the Mariners. And I'll tell you what, ever since going over to the Mets, I mean, he's been terrible. So I'm not sure what's going on over there with New York, but man, it's bad. And some guy was saying, "Oh yeah, you could come to the Queens and try to beat us. It's just Mets team's unstoppable." Well, how about you blow a 6-run lead? Are you unstoppable after that? Might want to think again, buddy. So the Mets are in some turmoil, and they better figure it out fast because it's not looking good for the Mets. So yeah, guys, not looking good for the Mets. They are definitely having some trouble with that bullpen. I mean, we've known that for pretty much all year. But the Mets are just not a good team. Simple, plain and simple. They don't have the bullpen. Offense is too inconsistent, and they're not going to make the playoffs. And neither are we probably, but they're definitely not going to make it. I mean, we had a shot, but they're definitely out of it. A loss like that really hurts. And you have the Nats. I mean, what a storybook season they're having. I mean, I just read a post. I remember in May when everyone thought they were going to get fired. You remember Martinez? Remember we were talking about Martinez and how we thought that Martinez was going to get fired. We talked about how much trouble he was under. He was under by Mike Rizzo. And I'll tell you what, that doesn't just happen. I've said that before. It doesn't just happen. You don't just snap out of that like that. I mean, it takes a leader. It's like a Ryan Zimmerman, that Harper guy, that baby shark, Like they brought him over, and I tell you what, I mean, it's really made the difference. And I think that's a good locker room. It has a good mix of veterans and young guys. So Juan Soto, I mean, he's doing things that 20-year-olds have never done. So I mean, that's a great situation over there in DC. But let's get to the playoffs and see what happens, right? I mean, the past couple of years, you got like 2012, 2014, 2016, 2017, they choked every year. And last year, they didn't even make the playoffs. So who knows what's going to happen over there in DC. But it's probably ended up going to be Cubs versus Phillies, or it's going to be Cubs versus Nationals, or it's going to be Nats versus Phillies. And if it's going to be Phillies versus Nats, I might say the Nats are probably going to win. If it's Cubs versus Nats, it's a toss-up, but I still kind of see the Nats. I don't know, dude. They're a completely different team in the postseason every time I've seen them. So they always choke every postseason. And who knows? Who knows if you could really trust them, but yeah, guys, the Braves are locked to win this division. The Marlins, obviously, but we can never beat them. But just think about this, guys. If we could beat the Miami Marlins like we should be doing, we should be winning series against them, then we would be ahead of the Cubs right now. We'd be a lock for the second. The wild card would just already be sealed. You have the Nationals as the 1 seed and the Phillies as the 2 seed. But since we haven't gotten the job done like we needed to against these bad baseball teams, this is why we are where we are right now. This is why we sit 2.5 back. So we should be like 2.5 ahead. And we're not. So it's definitely a disappointment. So I don't think I need to say. I don't even think I need to even say that. I think we all know that this season has been a disappointment. So we need to keep this up if we want to have at least like a decent chance to win, getting that playoff, getting that second wild card spot. But definitely a nice 2 games to start. As of right now, the Mets are winning against the Nationals. 7-1, so the Mets are You never so. They blew a 6-run lead last night, and see if they do it again. That'd be kind of funny if they did it again. But tell you what, over there, that's a bad situation you got over there. So the Phillies have gotten the job done against these Cincinnati Reds the past 2 nights, but let's see if it continues. Game 3 tonight, 6:40, the first pitch. And then tomorrow you got the 12:35 start. So what's probably going to have to happen is I actually have practice, believe it or not. I know I said I didn't have practice until next Tuesday, but it turns out I just had practice just today. I had to leave it about a little bit, but you got a 6:40 start tonight. Nola Day versus Nola, 12-4 with a 3.45 ERA going against Trevor Bauer, 10-12 with a 4.5 ERA. Trevor Bauer is not having the best of seasons. Jason Vargas goes tomorrow, 12:35 to start. Vargas 6-7 with a 4.31 ERA. And you got Sonny Gray 10-6 with a 2.80 ERA. And tomorrow is the MLB TV free game of the day. So you can go on MLB.com, go on the audio, and you can find the game. You could watch it for free. You could listen. I believe you may be able to listen to it for free, so you could watch the game for free tomorrow. Definitely a good deal. So I'd recommend doing that. So yeah, guys, Phillies win 6-2 over the Cincinnati Reds last night. Very nice win. Vasquez didn't really go deep, but it's still a win. So we'll take it. No on the mound today. We got to win tonight. Going against Trevor Bauer. If we could win tonight and maybe go for the sweep tomorrow, that'd be huge. That would be huge. But it's going to, even though we have won these past 2 games, it's going to be a lot to ask for a sweep. But I would love it. I would love to see it. So, obviously. And then we go to New York for 3. So, we'll talk about those New York games. We're probably going to have 2 videos tomorrow. Unfortunately, I hate to do this, but you guys probably know what I'm about to say. I'm probably going to have to make a video talking about tonight's game during tomorrow's game. So, that's just how it's going to be. So, I apologize for such a late video, but I had to do this a little bit over this past summer. I had to make a video occasionally, like really late in the right before game time a couple times. So it's not really anything new. But yeah, guys, if you guys are wondering, my past 2 days of school have been pretty good. Yesterday wasn't great. It was just like the first day jitters, and today was much better. But school. Obviously, summer can't last forever, unfortunately. You got to go to school to get smart, but at least we still have the weekends, right? At least we still have the weekends. I guess it's something you could try to be positive about. But you have those breaks. You have the Thanksgiving break. You have the fall break. You have the winter, the spring break. But I tell you, there's January, February, March months are tough to get through, but we'll get through them. I'm not worried about it. So I've gotten through I'm a 10th grade, so I've gotten through 9 years. That's not including kindergarten or anything like that. But yeah, so I think it's going to be a good school year for me. So I already started off on the right foot the past 2 days. So I got 179 days left to go. Yay! Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you are back in school, then remember to, as Bryce Harper said, put on a story, be nice, smile to someone who, you see in the hallway who looks, to be bullied or something. Just always try to spread kindness around the school community. As Bryce Harper said, put on a story. I totally agree with it. So, yeah, guys, if you guys are back to school, I wish you a lot of luck, and I hope you have a great year. So, guys, that is pretty much it. Very nice win. Not really much else to say. I mean, obviously the bullpen did a very nice job. Hector Neris, he's either hit or miss. Like, he's great or not, or he's terrible. So he ended up striking out the side. I mean, and our bullpen did its job. Obviously you got Parker there. He gave up the sacrifice fly. But other than that, I think we did a very nice job. Vinny V can't really go deep in the games. We've said that all year long. That's not anything new. He's just been like that all year long. I mean, he's been very, very he's weak on stamina. Like, he doesn't have a lot of stamina, but when he is out there, he's great. When he's on, he's on. And in the bullpen, I mean, they tried that a little bit with that experiment with him in the bullpen, so it didn't really work out great, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what kind of role he fits in. Obviously, Nick Pavetta's back up. Oh, man, he's so bad. So, Cole Irvin, obviously back up as well. So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Very, very nice win last night over the Cincinnati Reds. Not really much else to talk about. I'm very you can't really read too much into this win because you've seen the Phillies. Like, they always try to get your attention, and then they pull you in, and then they end up just fizzling out like they always do. So you can't really read that much into this, but it definitely should get your attention a little bit. But it's definitely a nice win last night. So you got a first 2 wins of this Cincinnati series, so it's nice to see. Something I didn't get to talk about last video. Former Phillies, he was in the organization. Chase Numata, he was in 8 years of our organization. He went to the Tigers this year, and he tragically passed away. I believe it was on Sunday, I believe it was on Monday or Sunday. Yeah, he passed away. It was one of those days. He passed away, and he was skateboarding on Friday, I believe, and he was skateboarding, and he fell off his skateboard and hit his head on the curb, I think, and it must have hit him, right in the right spot or something, in a bad spot, and ended up costing him his life. So I'm really, really sorry to hear about that, and my thoughts and prayers go out to Chase's family, and for everyone that talked to him and knew him, he was a really good guy. So I hate to see that. There's been a lot of deaths in baseball the past, this past season with Tyler Skaggs, obviously mixing alcohol and drugs, which is just the worst I've ever seen. And you have Blake Bivens' family getting murdered, tragically getting murdered. That was horrible. And then you have this, and I'm probably missing some few. So terrible. All these deaths around the sporting community, it definitely hurts. So I'm sorry to hear that, and I hope that his family recovers. I know that's not easy. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Nola versus Trevor Bauer tonight, 6:40 the first pitch, and then 12:35 start tomorrow. So I had to kind of review both games because I'm not going to see you after the game tomorrow. So hopefully we get the win tonight and tomorrow, but there's going to be 2 separate videos. I'm planning on making 2 separate videos. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. I am Luke, and Let's Go Phillies. Social media link in the description below. Don't forget to smash the like on this video. Please tell your friends about these videos. And thank you all so much for all the support. And I am Luke, and I'll talk to you later. See you guys.